We live in an age of supreme technological arrogance. We carry supercomputers in our pockets. We split the atom
we fly
and we
helicopters on Mars.
Mars. Because of this, we naturally assume that human progress is a straight, unbroken line
Because of
upward,
this,
from
we
the primitive
naturally
Stone
assume that
Age
human
directly
progress
to our
is a
modern
straight,
era of
unbroken
brilliance.
line upward.
But history is not a straight line. Hidden away in the climate-controlled vaults of the world's museums and buried beneath the shifting sands of ancient deserts lie physical artifacts that shatter our timeline. These are objects that simply should not exist. Today, we are going to examine genuine physical artifacts from the ancient world. You can buy a plane ticket, walk into a museum, and touch these objects tomorrow. They require no belief in aliens or magic, but they do require us to accept a deeply uncomfortable truth. Our ancient ancestors possessed advanced scientific knowledge that was tragically lost, only to be reinvented thousands of years later. Our journey begins in Egypt, in the desolate, sun-baked necropolis of Saqqara. In 1850, a French archaeologist blasted his way into a sealed subterranean labyrinth known as the Serapeum. What he found inside defied all engineering logic. Resting in alcoves along the massive pitch-black corridors were 25 colossal, solid granite boxes. Each box measured over 13 feet long and weighed nearly 100 tons.
Our
equivalent
ancient
of a fully
ancestors
loaded
possessed
modern freight
advanced
train car.
scientific knowledge
Official
that was
archaeology
tragically
claims they were
lost.
tombs for sacred bowls, yet when opened, they contained absolutely nothing. The real terror, however, is the mathematics of their construction. Modern manufacturing engineers have measured the insides of these massive granite containers using precision industrial gauges. The interior walls are perfectly flat and parallel to within 2/10,000ths of an inch, with exact 90-degree corners. When modern granite companies in the United States were asked to replicate one of these boxes out of a single piece of stone, they admitted it was practically impossible without assembling multiple slabs. Yet ancient artisans carved
Each
these out of a
box
single
measured over
block of
13
Aswan
feet
granite,
long and
quarried
weighed nearly
500 miles
100
away,
tons.
and somehow lowered them into narrow underground tunnels where there is no physical room for pulleys or large teams of workers. But that isn't the only anomaly in Saqqara. In 1936, archaeologists opened the 5,000-year-old tomb of an official named Sabu. Inside, they found a circular carved object about 24 inches across, featuring 3 incredibly thin, curved blades sloping down toward a central hub. To any modern engineer, this is a centrifugal impeller, the exact spinning component used in modern industrial water pumps. Except this object was carved 5,000 years ago out of schist, a highly brittle, flaky rock that easily crumbles under a chisel. When aerospace engineers at Airbus 3D printed an exact replica and attached it to a motor, it acted as a highly efficient, powerful fluid pump. The aerodynamic perfection of the disc is so precise, it cannot be a
admitted it was
coincidence.
practically
Someone
impossible
in the
without
ancient
assembling
Nile Valley
multiple
understood the
slabs.
physics of centrifugal force. While the Egyptians were mastering impossible stone, ancient metallurgists in Asia were rewriting the laws of chemistry. Standing in a courtyard in Delhi, India, is a massive iron pillar. It towers over 23 feet high and weighs 6 tons. It was erected in the 4th century AD. For 1,600 years, it has stood completely exposed to blistering summers and torrential monsoon rains. Yet it has virtually no rust. Ordinary iron exposed to the Delhi climate would flake away into red dust within decades. The Eiffel Tower must be entirely repainted every 7 years to survive. The secret of the Delhi pillar was finally unlocked in 2003. Researchers discovered that ancient Indian blacksmiths intentionally left a high concentration of phosphorus in the iron, while completely stripping out sulfur. This specific chemical cocktail reacts with the humid air to create a microscopic, incredibly dense layer of crystalline iron hydrogen phosphate. It acts as an invisible, self-healing shield. Centuries before the invention of modern stainless steel, ancient metallurgists engineered a rust-proof alloy without a single laboratory. A similar miracle was unearthed in Xi'an, China. In 1974, farmers accidentally discovered the legendary terracotta army. Among the 8,000 clay soldiers, excavators recovered over 40,000 bronze weapons, arrowheads, spears, and long swords. Despite being buried in damp earth for 2,200 years, the blades gleamed like they had been forged yesterday.
While the
They were still
Egyptians were
razor
mastering
sharp.
impossible stone,
For 40
ancient
years,
metallurgists
scientists thought
in
the
Asia
Chinese
were
had secretly
rewriting the
invented
laws of
chromium
chemistry.
plating. But a landmark 2019 study revealed the true genius. The ancient Qin dynasty weaponsmiths masterfully manipulated the tin content in their bronze and specifically utilized the alkaline low soil of Xi'an. They essentially created a perfect anaerobic chemical time capsule. They didn't just forge weapons, they engineered the exact environmental conditions required to preserve them for eternity. The mastery of materials didn't stop at metal. In the 4th century AD, the Roman Empire achieved something that sounds like pure science fiction: nanotechnology. Housed in the British Museum is the Lycurgus Cup, a piece of ancient Roman glass. If you shine a light on the front of the cup, the glass appears opaque jade green. But if you move the light behind the cup so it passes through, the entire vessel instantly flashes a glowing ruby red. The secret was unlocked in the 1990s using scanning electron microscopes. The Romans had embedded the glass with microscopic particles of gold and silver. But they didn't just mix in gold dust. They ground the precious metals down to exactly 50 nanometers in size, 1,000th the size of a grain of salt. At this sub-microscopic scale, physics changes. When light hits these nanoparticles, the electrons vibrate, altering the wavelength of the light that passes through. The silver reflects green, while the gold transmits red. This is known today as plasmonic resonance. Modern scientists only managed to replicate this effect recently using advanced lasers and million-dollar clean rooms. Yet 1,600 years ago, Roman glassmakers manipulated matter at the atomic level to entertain guests at a dinner party. If manipulating light wasn't enough, there is compelling evidence that the ancient world had also harnessed electricity. In 1936, workers building a railway near Baghdad unearthed a 2,000-year-old Parthian tomb. Inside was a strange 5-inch clay jar. Inside was a hollow cylinder made of rolled copper, and suspended directly in the center was an oxidized iron rod. The top was hermetically sealed with asphalt. The director of the National Museum of Iraq immediately recognized the design. It was a galvanic cell. It was a battery. When modern scientists built exact replicas and filled them with acidic ancient wine vinegar, the jar immediately generated a continuous electrical current of about 1 to 2 volts. String several of these jars together, and you have enough voltage to electroplate gold onto silver jewelry. The Baghdad Battery predates Alessandro Volta's official invention of the battery by a staggering 1,800 years. Tragically, the original artifact was looted during the 2003 invasion of Iraq, meaning the oldest electrical device in human history is now lost to the black market. Our final artifact takes us to the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. In 1901, Greek sponge divers discovered a Roman shipwreck from 60 BC near the island of Antikythera. Among the wreckage was a calcified green lump of corroded bronze. It took the invention of high-resolution 3D X-ray tomography in the early 2000s to finally peer inside the rock. What scientists saw completely shattered the timeline of mechanical engineering. Locked inside was a breathtakingly complex mechanism consisting of 37 interlocking bronze gears. It was an ancient Greek analog computer. Powered by a hand crank, this device could calculate the exact position of the sun,
String several
the
of these
moon,
jars
and the
together,
5 known
and you have
planets.
enough voltage to
It could
electroplate
predict
gold
eclipses
onto silver
decades
jewelry.
in advance.
The bag
Most astoundingly, It included an epicyclic or differential gear, which allowed the machine to calculate the erratic speeding up and slowing
Our
down
final
orbit of
artifact
the moon.
takes us to the bottom of
The
the
Greeks had
Mediterranean
mapped
Sea.
the cosmos,
In 1901,
built a
Greek
mathematical
sponge divers
algorithm,
discovered
and forged it into a clockwork box 1,500 years before anything similar would appear in Europe. We have walked through the pitch-black tunnels of Egypt to look at impossibly machined stone. We've seen iron that refuses to rust. We've looked through Roman glass embedded with nanotechnology, witnessed the ancient spark of electricity, and marveled at a clockwork computer from ancient Greece. Every single one of these items is real, and not a single one requires visitors from another planet to explain their existence. To claim these were made by aliens is an insult to human brilliance. History is not a steady upward escalator. It is a fragile spiral. Civilizations rise. They achieve brilliant heights of scientific understanding. And then, through war, famine, or disaster, they fall. And their knowledge falls with them, buried in the sand, waiting thousands of years to be rediscovered. The true mystery of the ancient world is not how they built these incredible things. The true mystery is how we ever allowed ourselves to forget them.